This is my favorite thing that Trump does, when he just makes a foreign leader sit there and just responds to like the dumbest questions possible that have nothing to do with the foreign nation. And they just have to kind of sit there and be like, very cool. He does this every single time. It's amazing.
1 + 1, 11 and not 2. And this is the power of 11 that is going to work for the welfare of the
What
humanity.
the fuck?
मैं राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप का मेरे एक अच्छे मित्र का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं कि हम फिर से एक बार प्रगति की राह पर नई ऊंचाइयों को छूने के लिए चल पड़ेंगे.
I once again thank my friend President Trump, and we together resolve that we will together march towards progress and towards prosperity for our nations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And he's doing a great job in India. Everybody talks about it. He's doing a really fantastic job. A great leader. Great leader.
मोदी जी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं भारत में और हर कोई इसकी बात कर रहा है कि बहुत बड़े.
Of course he loves Modi. Remember, Foreign Policy Uniparty, it's not like the Democrats were anti-Modi either.
तो के लिए और मुझे है कि भारत का हर नागरिक आपकी इस भावना का आदर करता है.
I thank you for your warm words, Mr. President, and I firmly believe that every person in India respects your sentiments.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thanks a lot.
Any questions, please?
Yes, President.
You are both very popular leaders in your respective countries. You've spoken about a common sense diplomatic doctrine. So what's a Trump-Modi doctrine that we should expect from the meetings today? To make our
Trump doesn't know India is a part of BRICS. Trump thinks Spain is a part of BRICS.
Everything else will be the unity. We have great unity. We have great friendship, he and I and our countries. And I think it's only going to get closer. But it's very important that we remain united as countries. We're friends and we're going to stay that way.
President Trump.
I don't like that we're watching this in real time and not watching the so sorry version of events that will inevitably be shown, which is probably going to be the real truth of the matter.
We're going to do a really good job. We've done a fantastic job for the American people. We had a great 4 years, and we were interrupted by terrible administration, absolutely terrible. They didn't know what they were doing, and now we're putting it back together, and I think it's going to end up being much stronger than it was before, even much stronger than it was before.
President Trump, first of all, congratulations for the fantastic 24 days of your presidency. Historic and unprecedented decisions that you made, transformational reforms. I'm particularly impressed by the expose on USAID. And I would like you to share with us if you think USAID had a role in election interference in the US in 2020 and Indian elections in 2024.
So it could have had a role. There were a lot of bad things that happened in 2020. I think bad things happened in 2024, but it was too big to rig. We won by a tremendous margin. We won every swing state. We won the popular
This is my
vote.
favorite thing that Trump does, when he just makes a foreign leader sit there and just responds to like the dumbest questions possible that have nothing to do with the foreign nation. And they just have to kind of sit there and be like, very cool. He does this every single time. It's amazing.
Well, but, we had a great 2016. We had a much better 2020 election, but bad things happened. And we had the best of all. We had, they say, the most consequential in history, 129 years, most consequential. So it was a great election. And it gives me a chance to work again with the Prime Minister and India. And we're going to have a great relationship together.
Mr. Prime Minister, प्रधानमंत्री जी कल प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप ने प्रेसिडेंट पुतिन से बात की है और युद्ध को रोकने की बात करी है. आप हमेशा से
Do you see India playing a role in your plan to broker a peace in Ukraine? And if I could ask you about a development in your hometown today, the U.S. attorney has resigned over the DOJ's request to drop the case into Eric Adams. Did you personally request the Justice Department to drop that case?
No, I didn't. I know nothing about it. I did not. I think that just to answer your other question, we're just going to get along well. We're going to get along with all countries. We're going to do very well. We're going to be doing, I think, record business, record numbers. And we're going to work with India also. We have some very big trade deals to announce in the very near future.
Mr. Prime Minister, कल प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप ने प्रेसिडेंट पुतिन से बात की है. आप दुनिया के अकेले ऐसे लीडर हैं जिन्होंने प्रेसिडेंट पुतिन से मीटिंग की है, प्रेसिडेंट जेलेंस्की से मीटिंग की है, पहले प्रेसिडेंट बाइडेन से मिले और अब प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप से मिले. आपको लग रहा है कि जिस शांति की बात आप करते आए थे, उसमें अब भारत रूस और यूक्रेन को युद्ध खत्म कराने के लिए अमेरिका के साथ
India is not at all involved in Ukraine is a crazy thing to say, considering that any time there's sanctions, India becomes a secondary market to basically continue trade with the recipients of said sanctions. So no, they play a very formative role.
Soros, and what is the role that the deep state played in the situation in Bangladesh?
Well, there was no role for our deep state. It was
India is
this
buying Russian
something
oil to
that
sell to the West, and the West is
Prime
okay with
Minister's
that.
been
Exactly.
working on for a long time and has been worked on for hundreds of years, frankly. I've been reading about it. But I will leave Bangladesh to the Prime Minister.
Oh, he's doing the Illuminati hand gesture chatter. You're right. Stay woke.
रूस और यूक्रेन के बीच का लड़ाई का सवाल है. मुझे खुशी है कि राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप ने शांति के प्रयासों का इनिशिएटिव लेते हुए कल राष्ट्रपति पुतिन से बात की है. दुनिया का एक सोच रही है कि भारत न्यूट्रल है. भारत न्यूट्रल नहीं है. भारत का अपना पक्ष है और भारत का पक्ष है शांति. हम पहले दिन से ही, और मैंने राष्ट्रपति पुतिन को उनकी मौजूदगी में मीडिया के सामने कहा था कि ये समय युद्ध का नहीं है. और मेरा एक कन्विक्शन है कि समस्याओं का समाधान युद्ध के मैदानों में नहीं निकलता है, वो टेबल पर चर्चा करके ही निकलता है.
As far as the Russia-Ukraine conflict is concerned, I'm very happy that President Trump has taken initiatives to restore peace and had telephone calls with President Putin and President Zelensky. The world had this thinking that India somehow is a neutral country in this whole process, but this is not true. India has a side, and that side is of peace. From the very first day, I have been talking about the importance of dialogue and diplomacy and a peaceful solution. And when I met President Putin in the presence of media, I had told him that this is not the era of war, and I have firm conviction that problems cannot be resolved on the battlefield.
You're actually wrong. Our Sir Modi Vishwaguru ji actually stopped the war in Ukraine by telling both Russia and Ukraine that war is bad. My bad. My bad. He did do that.
Can you let him?
The BJP ran a campaign during the 2024 general elections where they said Modi stopped the war between Ukraine and Russia. He did. Dang, this chat is so racist. Wait, what's racist about?
And I think we went a long way toward getting a solution to the horrible war where so many people are being killed, especially soldiers on the battlefield.
I think you guys are misunderstanding. My chatters are making fun of the fascist hogs in India by explaining what the Modi campaign did that was a lie. Also, there's Indian HasanAbi heads in here, including Arun.
Top officials. And Ukraine will be a part of it too. And we're going to see if we can end that war. That war is a horrible war. It's a vicious, bloody war. We want to end it. To your other question, that U.S. attorney was actually fired.
Also, saying that this community is hateful towards Indians is pretty funny when, this is one of the few communities, as is the case with everything else, that actually tries to the best of their ability, combat anti-Indian sentiment. Anywhere else on the internet that you go to, as many of the Indian HasanAbi heads will openly admit, you can't even show an Indian person without literally the entirety of chat saying the most heinous, hateful shit possible. Like, it's crazy.
Very big elements today of success. I call it an element of success. Reciprocal tariffs. So that somebody charges us, we charge them the same amount. which has never been done in our country before. We've always been taken advantage of by other
Some
countries.
Indian
We
hogs
allow
think
that
Trump
to
is a
happen
secret Muslim.
endlessly,
Oh, I love that.
we can, we're not going to allow that any longer. So I think we're going to do very well. We've been doing they say the last 3 weeks was among the best 3 weeks.
That Nokia phone ringtone is basically bringing me back to my childhood. I haven't heard that shit since I left Turkey, dude. Almost all of my phones were Nokia.
I just want to thank everybody
Growing
for
up.
being here. This is a terrific man. We're going to make some wonderful trade deals for India and for the U.S. And thank you all very much. Thank you.
प्रधानमंत्री स्टेट में एक सवाल पूछूं प्रधानमंत्री स्टेट में एक सवाल पूछूं आप इस स्टेट टीम को कैसे वाइडन करना चाहेंगे प्रधानमंत्री जी प्रधानमंत्री स्टेट टीम को वाइडन करने के लिए आप प्रधानमंत्री जी रेसिप्रोकल ट्रैफिक के बीच में कैसे आप ट्रेड टीम को वाइडन करना चाहेंगे
Gotta stand up. Drawing my head.
Are a lot of haters just people with a punish king who can only pay attention to the news if a daddy figure is yelling at them during it? Yes. All right. They're kicking the press out so they can make out.